So today we're doing the pen tool. But again, like I just said, Adobe Illustrator, you click on these links, and if you're using Vector at home, you're using these two links. What's up? No, you need to do it again. I need you to do it again. It's just practice. See if you do it any faster, I guess. You can time yourself. But anyway, so I've opened them up down here, and we're going to go over it. So again, we kind of looked over Adobe Illustrator last week. We watched that video, and, we looked over some of the stuff. Now, the easiest way to do this project is to zoom in, which you can use Control Plus, and that allows you to zoom in. And this is very elementary stuff right here. Let me bring this up here real quick. It's just like connect the dots when you were a kid, but it gets a little bit more difficult as we're going. So this is the pen tool right here. This is one of the most valuable tools in Adobe Illustrator. And then literally this sheet that you're going to do today, this is all you have to do today, is you're going to click through these. And some of them might not be perfect. Some of them are hard to do. So if you end up running into something and you can't figure it out, that's perfectly okay. Then I'm going to click. I'm going to click. I'm going to click. I'm going to click. 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 I'm going to keep saying click, click. Click. Oh, it's going away. The reason it's going away is because I have my fill set to a full white, and I don't want the fill right now. So I'm going to change that to no fill. You're going to need to do that as well. Then you're going to click, and then you're going to click all the intersecting anchor point. So to go over this real quick to make sure we understand, this is a shape right here. But this is a shape. Be careful. Coach Taylor does like to hit a kid with that. So anyway, basically what we have here is we've made a shape out of line segments. So the pen tool basically creates an anchor point. That is an anchor point right there. And then I'm going to put another anchor point right here. And now I have a line segment. To finish this off, if I ever want to make a line that I'm not using anymore, I can simply go over here and hit the select tool, I think. But the easiest way is to just hit enter, I think. Yes. And then you can change the select tool, and now I have this basic line. But there you go. That's a line segment, and at the end of the line segment are anchor points. I'm going to delete that now. All right, moving forward. Make sure y'all are paying attention. All right. Now we're going to do a little bit more difficult. Basically, we've just made straight lines, right? We haven't put any curves in them. They're just straight lines. Now we're going to make straight lines into curves to make different shapes, like a circle, for instance. So I'm going to click here and press and hold down the Shift key. I hold that, and I go to here. Now when I let go, now I have this curved line ability. So next, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to drag to here. I'm going to click here, drag to here, click here, drag to here, click here, drag to there. Select my selection tool, and now I have a circular shape. And that's an easy way to make a circle. Oh, you're perfect. Based off of the so you're perfectly fine. 6 weeks. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah, they could have done it at the beginning of the semester. You got due date is the third 6 weeks. It's going on. No, you're perfectly fine. All right. So that's how you make a circle. I know y'all were dying to know how to make a circle. And also, you're probably also wondering, Mr. Haddock, why would I do that when I can literally go here, now right here, and make a circle the same way? That is a great question. But sometimes we don't want to make perfect circles, right? Sometimes we want to make something, you know, in the future. Whoops. Maybe you want to make a circle that looks like this. A circle of sorts. Enter. All right. And the reason we're doing this is because eventually we're going to make some logos, things like that. We're going to be tracing over logos. So that's the reason you need to learn how to make these curved shapes. We just did it easier because it's a circle, and that's the easy way to make a circle. All right. Moving forward, they're going to get more difficult as we keep going. So just be prepared. I don't know the best place to put this thing. Okay. So multiple curves. So let's go back to our pen tool. We're going to click and hold the shift key. You don't technically have to hold the shift key. That's just to keep this straight. You see, I can make it all different ways, but if I hold shift, then it puts it in kind of in different degrees of an angle. Whereas if I don't hold shift, I can do it in any degree I want. So you come here, and you're going to release. You're going to click here, release. Click here, release, click here, release. Very basic. You hit enter, and there you go. You've got that shape. So I would like for you to just kind of do what I'm doing on this assignment. Move them out once you get done. So it's easier for me to see kind of what you're doing. That'll be a lot easier. All right, and I'll do one more. The other ones, they are going to get more difficult. Like this bottom one, I think it's the bottom one for this. It's very difficult. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. I sometimes have a hard time with it. Sometimes the directions aren't the best. So you're going to do that one, and then you're going to move on to the second one, and that one's like, whew, that's like next level stuff right there. Yeah, like that one's hard. But just do your best. If it's not perfect, that's okay. But let's go ahead and really quickly do one last one together. And then I'll show you how to do it on Vector, but the people in class can continue working. So let's get all wrapped around funny. Okay, so we're gonna press here, hold the shift key down. Oh, I'm not on pen tool. That would be helpful. And we're gonna click down to here and release. And we're going to click here and release. And then we're going to press directly on the anchor point. And the way we know we've done that is there's that little arrow right there. And then you're going to drag it here and release. And just do the same process over again. Click here, we release, we click here, we see that we've got that little arrow. So we know we've got it again now. We click here, and we press enter. And there we go. That's how we made that one. So sometimes you can click back on your anchor point and basically move your starting point, which allows you to make the curve a little bit different than what you would have made it had you stayed in the same spot. Does that make sense? It's a little next level. You don't need to really truly understand how that all works. You just need to know that you can press back on that anchor point and change where you're dragging it from, if that makes sense. But once you start doing it, it'll make more sense. All right, I'm going to let y'all have at it. Meanwhile, I'm going to be explaining to the people online how to use Vector. If you are going to be at home without Adobe Illustrator, you might want to pay attention to this for like a few minutes, just so you understand where to go for Vector and all that stuff. All right, so let's real quick go back here, and we're going to go to Vector, and that will take us to a free graphic editor website. It's honestly not the best thing in the world, but it's not terrible. I think they have a downloadable version too. So if for some reason you just can't get Adobe working, but you could download something, it might be worth the download. I don't know. I have not downloaded it. I have just used it for this. The cool thing is, though, you can use This this right here, you'll need to save it. Of course, this thing just keeps getting in the way. And I'm going to need a minute to remember how to do this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit new file. It's also having a hard time loading, so there's that too. All right, well, you know what? Let's just reload. Please. Maybe. It's asking me to log in. You might need to make an account. I'm pretty sure making an account allows you to save stuff. So just bear with me here. I'm sorry it's taking a while. Maybe. So reason's having a really hard time getting started here. Okay, so opening a file. Like I said, yeah, you probably want to make an account, and you can do it very easily with your Google School email account, and it won't be that bad. And we're going to do new file. It's still loading, though. We're still having a hard time. Pretty sure there's a way. I think that's not right. We have such a hard time. Okay, well, eventually you should be able to upload that JPEG here that I gave you into Pixlr, not Pixlr, in Vector. I don't know why for me it's not working very well right now. Hopefully it'll work for y'all. But my wheel just keeps spinning around and around and around. So I don't know really what's going on. Maybe I can hit it here. It's just not. It's not dealing too well right now. Um, Miss Haddock. Miss Haddock. I have an issue with Vector. We could upload the pen tool activity in here, couldn't we?
I have to save it as a JPEG.
Yeah, but
It's
okay, that might be it. Okay, so then you can go to downloads, and it should be right here.
Do you have my example where I already put in the JPEG stuff?
Yeah, I had it. I was good. So then you can do the same thing we did right here, and the pen tool is right here. And it works very similar to the other one. It shouldn't be any really differences. as you can see. There you go. So nothing really different there. You can change the color of it right there, and all that. So pretty basic. In some ways, it's a little bit better than Adobe Illustrator. It's a little bit more mainstream, a little bit easier, but you don't have all that editing skills that you can get from it. But for your purposes at home, if you can't use Adobe Illustrator, it's better than nothing. So, all right, that's it for today. I'm going to stop the recording for the rest of the class time. All you need to do is worry about that pen tool, and that's all you got to do. If you